Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare, and welcome back to the Return to the City. Now, as you can see, this window here is actually another way of getting around to the north half of the map. Although with all three guards knocked out, it's not terribly necessary. I figured you'd want to see where it connects to everything else here. Got a lot of nice houses around this part. Door knockers, doorbells. It's just a shame that it's not quite big enough to show you what's inside all of the houses around here. Just a few of them. Just enough to be interesting, but not enough to be awesome. Wasn't sure that would even work. Fortunately, it did. And just in case anybody else comes out here, I'll just stash you in the dark corner over there. That's the same announcement that I saw before. Just some luminescent mushrooms there. What have we got here? Ah, flash bomb. Nothing in the bowl. Ooh, pole arms. Enough to satisfy even Gary Gygax. Man, and if you don't know, guys, then you should just be aware that in the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition, there is an incredibly extensive list of polearms in the weapons section. Like, to the point where it overwhelmingly outnumbers any other kind of weapon. Maybe all of them put together, even. Like, that list there, that whole list was in the AD&D manual. Maybe even some extras. Now, the front door, this here, leads to the storehouse, the cloister. It's actually unlocked, but I figure, you know what? I can show you another way in. Another more sneaky way. And from here, in fact, we can sneak over back to this other entry into the cloister, which I saw before. And the reason we're heading back here is because when it comes time to enter the cloister and storehouse, I'd rather take the hole in the ground. See, the front door leads you into a whole mess of builders. This leads you to this interesting little door here, which opens outwards. Alright, let's just get you out of the way here. Assuming the rat will... Huh. Rat's kind of in the way there. Okay, there we go. The advantage of this route, that it leads into the important part of the storehouse directly. Unfortunately, there are two locks there, but oddly enough, I cannot interact with either of them. It explains that there are two keys on site, or someone has them, specifically, but... only valuable stuff there. But I cannot open the door. Instead, we must get the explosives out using some other method. Some other method involving this hole up here. I think they would do something about that. Seems pretty obvious. Anyway, for whatever reason, we needed to actively treat the explosives before we could leave with it. Turned an interactable item into an inventory item. But yeah, as far as such things go, I could just leave and end this map immediately. But I still haven't explored down here yet. Oh, hello there, buddy. I think he almost saw me. He was reaching for his hammer, but fortunately, it didn't quite count as a sighting. You do get a little bit of a grace period with that. Got some crazy punishments here. But more importantly, one of them is for the carpenter that I mentioned earlier in the last video. And from that matter, we can just get through this door here. There's the carpenter himself, along with a bunch of dancing moss arrows. Damn mice. Yep, this is the carpenter Randall, and this is his last confession, which is actually kind of sarcastic from what I can tell. It's not exactly easy to read the cursive fonts they're using on this map. I mean, yeah, it's realistic enough. I mean, before typewriters and computers, people were using cursive quite a bit. But that doesn't make it any easier to read. I remember hearing some guy around here. Oh, sure enough. Straight away. And you know what? Figure it's time I show you what flash bombs can do. Yeah, and it turns out that you can actually use flash bombs to knock people out. Unlike in certain other Thief games. Although it is conditional. Like, if they are actively alerted to your presence, if their weapon is out, then throwing a flash bomb is going to throw them off your trail, but it's not going to let you knock them out. And apparently that lock there is non-interactable, but it is a nice little touch. Because if you think of it, someone would need to raise that portcullis at some point. It's just there's nothing valuable there, so there's no point in us interacting with it. Generator room. It's just too bad I can't shut this thing off. There's a lot of electric lights on this map, especially in the cloister here. I can't just sabotage it like I would want to. For all of the boxes concealing corners like this, apparently this map maker just doesn't feel like actually hiding anything behind them, which is too bad. Yeah, like all of the boxes here, in this corner, there's nothing underneath the stairs. The builders are too good at, keeping track of their stuff or something. Oh.
Good eve, brother.
Amen.
Sounds like there's two of them over there. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. All of these very well-lit corridors up here. You know, if the guy walks close enough to actually face the guy who's sitting down, I could throw a flash bomb and blind them both. Although, yeah, I should probably not get that guy involved. Might be a little dangerous. By the way, the trick with the flash bombs is that the longer you hold down the use button, the farther you'll throw it.
Noise.
You know, these guys are supposed to have a walking around covering their eyes while blinded animation, but apparently they jumped out of that or something. But still, they were considered blind, so no real complaints about that. Come on there, friend. You're the last man standing. There we go. Nothing more to worry about. Kinda weird that that little alcove has a window into the rest of the hallway, though. And that leads to the courtyard area here. I don't think there are any other places you can really enter from the courtyard. Music's a little intimidating, though. I kind of have to wonder why the bell is just sitting there on the ground like that. Nothing hidden on the statue, sadly. And this here is the front door, which, like I said, was unlocked the whole time. I could have just walked right in. So let's see what else you can steal from around here. Another hard to read one here. I think that's a log of builder activities, what they've been up to. Interesting little storage space up here. Nothing hidden behind the boxes, though. So let's just have a look upstairs. This must be the attic. You know, I figure there might be something hidden along the beams up there. But I forgot to check. I just realized that. Looks like there is something hidden back there, though. Just move the basket. Get myself some of the good stuff. I wonder which of the brothers indulges, though. Rest of the cups aren't valuable, sadly. So there are actually two ways to get out of the attic from up here. There's this window along the northwest edge. You can fire a rope arrow into the building on the side there, and then climb down, and that is actually one of the exits from the map. It's down there. But I don't want to exit from the map, not just yet. There's still a bit more stuff to discover around here. Actually, the best way of getting to it is up on this ledge here. It's actually kind of nice, all of the places you can get to on this map, and you can see that actually the skybox is pretty repetitive, sadly enough. But thanks to this little bent pulley symbol here, you can climb over this way onto the clock tower. That's why the clock noises have gotten so loud recently. And, yeah, sure enough, there's an open window here. Don't know why you would need a mine at this point. I mean, technically there is no non-lethal objective on this map. But I've been keeping to the spirit of it, even when the map designers don't care either way. Always nice to find some good stuff. And ooh, a fire arrow. Once again, nothing to use it on at this point. But hey, I didn't have to come in to this building from the direction I did, after all. There are alternative means of reaching this place. Speaking of alternatives, if I can just get up onto this gargoyle here. I apparently can't climb up onto the window. If I can just get up on here from the right angle, there we are. And climb up onto the window. And from there you can actually get up right next to the clock itself. Now you can really see how repetitive the skybox is. And you can also see something interesting about the clock itself. Just take a look at it. Take a look at it very closely here. You notice something interesting? The hands are moving the wrong way. That is, I have no idea how they managed that. Maybe it was mirrored from the other side. Took a little damage from that last fall there, but fortunately there's nothing really to worry about with that. Anyway, while I'm up here, there's basically no other locations to find, but I figured, you know what, I could at least show you an alternate way of reaching this area here. You see, the funny thing about the ivy along the walls here is that it counts as a climbable surface. So like this ivy over here. Yeah, I can actually climb up past the ivy itself onto this rooftop. And yeah, from here you can jump onto this ledge, then onto the higher side of the rooftop here. And yeah, sure enough, it is another way up to that clock tower. Just gotta be careful coming back down. Although you can climb up past the ivy, for some reason when you're jumping down, it only matters once you've reached the greenery itself. Anyway, there are a lot of doors that lead out of this section of the city, but there are only a couple of places that actively count as a map exit. I thought there would be one on the west side there, but sadly that's not the case. So I figure I'll just, go back to where I started here. Except apparently that's not good enough, so let's try exactly where I began. Which is also not good enough. Okay. Well, out of the two locations that I know about, which are definitely map exits, the closest one at this point would be on the other side of the church here. So just give me a second to... crap. So just give me a second to get back up onto the scaffolding here. Get my rope arrow back as soon as the game lets me crouch again. And then it's down the scaffolding on this side. Down the ladder, nice and careful. And then out through the exit. And we're done. Stealth score 17. You know, I figure most of that was from being a little too indiscreet with the two ladies in the house early on.